Okay, got it. Thank you. Now I'll repeat what I said. Ruski, thank you for giving me that like. I appreciate it. No. It wasn't you, DK. Stupid OBS screwed up again and didn't save the settings again. Go figure. So, I'll repeat what I said. I apologize. It was supposed to be a fireside chat, but it's been wet and gross and cold and snowing. Well, not really snowing. It's been that little flickety flaky non-existent crap, but I don't have an umbrella to put over my side that I could sit under while we're having said chat. So as of right now, it's going to be next Thursday. I just wanted to put that apology out there first. And DK, Papa, Comics, I hope all three of you are feeling a lot better. Papa, your thumb doesn't hurt anymore, does it? Because it's been a minute now. Comics, I hope you are feeling better. And DK, I hope everything's going better and you're feeling better too. And Ruski, thank you for the like. I appreciate it. Ugh, my eyeball. So, I don't know if you guys saw or didn't the pop-up live that I did when I was driving from the VA after my appointment about how now that I'm going through... Melanie! What's up, bestie? Good to see ya. I'm glad you're here. What I was getting at on that pop-up live that I did was that I realized now that I'm packing up, which is still like crazy weird to me, but now that I'm packing up, I'm coming up and seeing all of the I don't give a shits. That's true, Comics. Thank you for clarifying. Papa, I'm talking about the thumb that's only half there now. Oh. Well, At least you still have feeling. Although I would prefer that the feeling wasn't pain, but not much I could do about that for you. Ice cube? Numb it? I'm glad, DK. I'm glad. I have this weird shit going on. You might hear me a little hoarse. I don't know. But whoops, going this way. Got my... That's not even all of my Tom MacDonald CDs. Tom MacDonald is a legend. But we all know that already. And I'm going to be honest, so is Ryan Upchurch. I've been listening to him and following him for a while. And there's somebody else that I don't think that the majority of you guys have heard. No, I don't think you have heard him. But you know him from other stuff, I'm betting. So, 1 second. I'm going to put that one up too. All right. Let's see. So, first thing I want to do, I don't know why I keep putting my water right in front of me, but... All right. And now I gotta sneeze. Bloody hell. Stop sneezing. All right, and if you notice, the beast is off. Thank you guys all for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it, and I apologize again for not having the fire going and stuff. By the time I needed to get out there and start the fire, I went out there, and it was freaking wet and nasty, and it's not usually wet and nasty out here in the semi-arid where I live. So what I'm going to do is, first off, going to react to this. Ryan Upchurch put out his new, oh, Papa, I see. I get you. And using it will get at the calluses, but you can't use it because it freaking hurts like, get out. But I got you. You're in a freaking vicious circle. So I get that. We're going to start off with Ryan Upchurch. His new, this just dropped today. And it's Pioneer, and I haven't watched it yet, so I might be pausing too much for your tastes, which I apologize for, but I kind of have to. Plus, I don't want Ryan Upchurch to say, "Hey, you can't do that," and X me out, because that would suck. To happen to be one of the biggest veteran Creek Squad fans he's got, I think. But anyway. Oh, hold on. I want to see so that you guys can see. That says Pioneer, develop or be the first to use or apply a new method, area of knowledge, or activity, which, need I say any more? Came way from the bottom. I going up and never stopping. My, no worries about falling. When I hit the ground, just bass, drop it. To the end and top we go. Pioneers who broke the mold. Capped down in the woods, no sound. Green on the ground, building hip-hop mounds. Damn. Wow. In the woods, no sound. Green on the ground, building hip-hop mounds.
game like a ballroom. Came up out the mud, had to go to my dance shoes. Hit the moonwalk when I
came up out of the mud. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Ballroom, came up out the mud, had to go to my dance shoes. Hit the moonwalk when I'm leaving every interview. I never look back, even when I'm leaving rooms. I could cop a phantom when I wake up in the morning, but if money's all you flexing, then you live the cheapest story. I wanna be Picasso to the south, just give me all the glory. I'm the man who make dirt and dust an allegory. So
I need to experience one of his concerts, cause look at
in the morning, but if money's all you flexing, then you live the cheapest story. I wanna be Picasso to the south, just give me all the glory. I'm the man who make dirt.
He's in the crowd.
So keep talking alright, stay up late all night, draw pictures of my enemies and visions I like. Music's life, lifetime, time's moving, take a hike. Back then, say what's next, and I'd probably say a bike. To the end of time we go. Pioneers who broke the mold. Cap down in the woods, no sound. Green on the ground, building hip-hop mounds. Songs still spinning in my own hometown. In the future when my name's passed around, they'll say that he's a pioneer. They'll say he's a pioneer. A pioneer.
The burning clock. Burning time. Well, time's burning now. I just hope he doesn't burn up. I hope this isn't like a foreshadowing of, burning up or out, because that would suck. That picture, that picture down on the center there, you guys see that? That's pretty cool. Somebody drew? That's not too bad. Aw, good night, comics.
Velvet red carpet as my best dress shoe. Walking what I don't need, the term artist misuse. Lit views, only lighting rockets. Dodge every bullet on earth, and now I'm skirting comets. We two different forms of profit. Mine could never fit in the biggest baller's pocket. And I won't ever die, even living as a target. I kicked the door off so nobody could knock it. Came, went way from the bottom. I going up and never stopping. My, no worries about falling. When I hit the ground, just bass, drop it. To the end of time we go. Pioneers who broke the mold.
I get you, DK. We all have different tastes. I am gonna tell you though, Craig, I don't know if I said anything, but welcome. Glad you're here. This isn't the only music I'm playing tonight. Just so you know, there's one that is probably going to be a surprise to everybody. That bottom picture is hilarious. That looks like that's him as a kid, and a silly face on the guy there. That's pretty funny. So that was Pioneer, and I gotta admit, I liked it, but I like his harder hitting, like, grittier stuff better. So, I mean, I still liked it, but not as much as, like, let me pick Next to Red. Next to Red's one of my favorites, actually. So, let's see. Now, this one I'm going to play that I found that I was surprised. So, I'm wondering if you guys are going to be surprised. So, let's take a look.
Follow until it's our turn to die. We're slowly marching.
The lyrics don't match his lip syncing with said lyrics right now. They don't. Just want to put that out there right now. And whatever our Susie, H-T-O-O-U, whatever the hell that is, I don't even know. But
follow until it's our turn to die. We're slowly marching to our suicide instead of living. Tell me what to do instead of dreaming. Let me die for you. If I could see the darkness in our minds and their tainted eyes, I'd make it right. We're marching to the beat of genocide. We're killing at the winds and tides.
$8 gas is a small price to pay for a clean conscience. Didn't somebody actually frigging say that too, or something similar to it? Oh my god. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this one. I don't know if you guys knew that he did music. I didn't know that he did music. So I came across this and like, what? I like the beat, and I like how he's, how do I put this? I like the music. I like the music of it. You know, where there's no talking. I mean, just the instrumental part. Just music. And, oh, Craig, by the way, I agree. It's not one to tell friends about. Talking about Upchurch, right? It was good. I liked it, but it's not anywhere near anything like Next to Red or anything. Next to Red. I'm going to keep saying that because that's my favorite of his. But let's get back into this one. I'm not feeling it exactly.
Genocide, we're killing at the winds and tides of a nation, fractured at the seams, breaking apart for the world to see. Break free from controlled reality and fight your way from this, to get away from it. I'm losing my mind, have I lost my sight? If this quicksand has gone over my eyes, how can I see anything? With shadows in the current enterprise of institutions made to control your lives. We're inside breeding, concocting all the lies that we use to control your mind. Break free from control reality.
DK, agreed? Kristen, hi! Glad you're here. Yeah, this one's kind of... I'm kind of iffy. This guy right here seems I'm pretty sure it was this guy or the guy with the reddish blonde hair that actually, he had the veins and everything. It looked like he was actually singing it. The lyrics don't match. The lyrics don't match this. It's kind of like it's off. You know what I mean? Like there's just something it's like the puzzle piece just isn't fitting in. It's almost, but it's just not there, and it's just no.
From control reality and find your way from this, to get away from it. I'm losing my mind.
That guy.
I lost my sight. If this quicksand has gone over my eyes, how can I see anything?
Status check. Command on intel. Missile and internal DC.
Break free from control reality and find your way from this, to get away
Agreed,
from
Craig.
it. I'm losing my mind. Have I lost my sight? If this quicksand has gone over my eyes, how can I see anything? But I cannot find a better way from all the better things.
You see, look at his throat right there. You can see he's actually singing it, and I want to put this out there. Yes, Craig, I agree. I actually like the song. I do not like the video. Do not. Needs Nova is what it needs, but it just doesn't. It doesn't match up.
In the minds and their tainted eyes, make it right.
I like this part. I have that green screen. All right. Well, overall opinion of that was liked the song, liked the words, liked the lyrics, did not like the video at all. Craig, I'll agree with you. The concept is good, but it just was not done well. And I have a feeling he did, maybe, Kristen, sorry. Well, not everybody's going to like all the same music, so I had a feeling that there was going to be, I am curious though, did any of you realize that he did music? Because I didn't. I did not know. Didn't have a clue. And I just came across that and I was like, what? The hell? So I listened, and that's, yes, I had a feeling that's what you meant. Stick to Timcast. But yeah, I'm gonna go with your opinion, definitely. That liked the song, liked the lyrics, hated the video. So you guys know how I feel about the whoops, this so-called trans crap that people are flinging up in your face. Well, apparently, Dylan Mulvaney did some frickin' really stupid shit. And I saw he's working with one of the Offspring drummers. Maybe that's why I like the drums. The drums and the guitar were nice. Nice. Alright, so this is Matt Walsh. And I only caught the first bit of it. I caught the title and then the first bit of it, but then I stopped because I wanted to watch it with y'all. Make sure it's... Nope. Wrong button. Pretty sure I got it right now. Let me check. Yep. Alright. Why does the light look so weird? I'll fix it later. Excuse you. Hey. Hey. You didn't like it either, huh? Yeah. Well, I'll take your opinion and put it with everybody else's. Okay. All right. Good girl. I'll take it into consideration. All right? What? You give me your foot. You give me your foot. All right. Let's Okay. Craig, that's cool. I didn't well, you know a hell of a lot more than I do. That's for sure. So, here's Matt Walsh. This is only like just under 15 minutes, but
artist Dylan Mulvaney celebrated his day 365 of womanhood.
I just really wanted to see this. Just because I like Matt Walsh. Even though he can be an asshole, but then so can comics. So, to each their own.
Actually, I need to correct myself. He calls it girlhood, not womanhood, because this grown adult man is very specifically imitating an adolescent girl. It was day 365 of girlhood, then, to be precise. And I guess I need to correct myself again, because it was actually day 0 of girlhood. He has experienced precisely 0 days of being a girl or a woman. A year from now, he'll still be sitting at 0 days. Another year after that, still 0 days. A year after that, 0 days. And when he dies, he will leave this earth a man with 0 days spent being anything other than a man. And when archaeologists dig up his bones centuries from now, they will know that they are the bones of a man. They won't know the preferred pronouns of the bones. They won't know anything about the bones except that they belong to a human male. When everything else is forgotten about Dylan Mulvaney and everything else...
By the way, this is awesome. The Jeremy's Razors guys. Jeremy's Razors. Bleh. He did the thing with the razors. Now he did it with the chocolate because of what Hershey did. That was my video 2 weeks ago. And I think it's brilliant what he did.
Belong to a human male. When everything else is forgotten about Dylan Mulvaney, and everything else will be forgotten about Dylan Mulvaney, the only fact that will remain is the one fact he wants us to forget. So, with those caveats, we turn to Mulvaney's Day 365 celebration at the Rockefeller Center. Commemoration really began a day before when Mulvaney appeared on Drew Barrymore's talk show and sat there with a pleased expression on his face when Barrymore literally knelt at his feet and paid...
Stop pandering and acting like an idiot. Yes, you're an actress, but I at least thought you were a good one.
Pleased expression on his face when Barrymore literally knelt at his feet and paid tribute to the trans deity. He went from there to the red carpet and an even more adoring crowd. His Day 365 included celebrity guests and big musical numbers. He pranced around on stage and he basked in the applause of an adoring crowd who had all come out to congratulate him for pretending to be a girl for the past year. A fawning article in Rolling Stone tells us that Mulvaney spent a week rehearsing his Day 365 performance.
Wait, this is a performance? See, this is, I think maybe 2 minutes prior to this is where I stopped watching it because I wanted to watch it with you guys.
And he spent a week rehearsing his Day 365 performance. It also tells us that he started developing the concept 6 months ago, which means that Mulvaney had only been, quote unquote, transitioning into a, quote unquote, girl for 6 months when he decided that his transition needed to be celebrated with a star-studded gala in New York. But not everyone who starred in the show chose to be a part of it. In fact, as it turns out, I made a cameo appearance along with the entire rest of the Daily Wire crew, because every good show needs a villain, and that was our role to play. Watch.
Things are going really well. Like, I just had my first dance as a girl, and I can pay my bills, and I'm building up a following, and I feel supported. And you know what? I'm feeling lucky. Let's Google my name.
Excuse me?
Dylan Mulvaney is intentionally degrading women every time he does this woman face.
That just drove me up a wall right there. Discretion with an E. Are you an idiot? Apparently you're more of an idiot than I frigging thought.
Minstrel show routine. He is insulting and demeaning them and doing it on purpose and profiting off of it, and he doesn't care. If that is the most attractive you will ever look, then I don't even want to imagine what you'll look like when you're at your ugliest.
Documenting his creepy, fetishized version of what it means to be a girl.
Well, Dylan Mulvaney has had some surgery to make...
That was a perfect way of putting it. Thank you, Candace.
Imagine what you'll look like when you're at your ugliest.
Documenting his creepy, fetishized version of what it means to be a girl.
Well, Dylan Mulvaney has had some surgery to make his face look more like Bruce Jenner's. Dylan Mulvaney has just given the best proof yet that transgenderism broadly, or at very least the type of transgenderism that he suffers from, is a sexual fetish.
I just want to stop it there just for a second and say that this comment from Michael Knowles is way beyond the pale. I mean, how could you accuse this man of engaging in a sexual fetish? Is it because he has recorded videos singing about his penis bulge?
Normalize the bulge. We are normalizing the bulge. Women can have bulges, and that's okay. We're not gonna stare at their crotches while they're wearing their little shopping shorts at the mall. Oh.
What the fuck? I'm not rolling that back either. That was... a caricature. That's the word. He's a caricature. He is making fun. He is being an idiot intentionally. He's an actor. It's what he does. Broadway, apparently.
Thank you. Love you. Bye.
Okay, well, I guess that is pretty good evidence that this is a sexual fetish on second thought. All right, so let's go back to the video then.
Dylan is not a woman. Dylan is playing a caricature of a woman.
That one can say he is a woman and become one of the most influential women in America in just 6 months of wearing dresses and ironing his hair. The patriarchy always wins, gang.
Oh, and there is Dylan Mulvaney as Audrey Hepburn. The difference being that Audrey Hepburn was an actual woman with a vagina.
Okay, now what in the right-wing house?
This hateful mess on up in here. I did. I showed it.
What? Why would you give them even a second of your big day?
Well, these are the people I have to deal with on...
Big day? Fuck you.
What? Why would you give them even a second of your big day?
Well, these are the people I have to deal with on a regular basis, so I thought I should include them in the evening.
But that doesn't mean you have to listen to them.
Well, I've always loved a little constructive criticism.
Baby, there's nothing constructive about that.
And it's not just criticism, it's indoctrination. Trans and non-binary people have been around for thousands of years.
Bullshit! Bullshit!
We have to pause it there again because, of course, that's total nonsense. Everything in the video is nonsense. But this always deserves special mention. Billions of human beings lived on this planet for thousands of years.
Can you guys freaking... I mean... This is reality, right? is this actually, well, I mean, it's not actual reality as in he's a real anything, except I could say he's a real fool, dunce. You know what this makes me think of just now? Just had this thought. The jester for like a king or a queen or something. The queen's jester. He's the fool. That's what they called him too. They called him fools. Fools and God. I do not like being mocked. Every woman in the world is being mocked by this little shit, and I'm getting really sick of it.
Civilizations rose and fell without anyone inventing anything that even vaguely resembled the modern notion of trans and non-binary. It didn't exist anywhere at all until a group of weirdo psychologists and sexologists in the mid-20th century made it all up. That's the actual history correctly told.
My love, they want to silence us. They want to silence us and keep us in the matrix.
Well, I think we've established that I really like to talk, so I don't think they're going to have the best luck silencing me. Truthfully, I don't know what their goal is, but I do know how they make me feel now that I've built...
Wait. Okay, so he wasn't... Oh, DK, I got you. I'm sorry if I'm getting you riled. I'm trying to hold myself down a bit and trying not to cuss, and you can see how well I've done with that. But music just started. He said performance, and then he practiced. He rehearsed. Rehearsed? I don't know if I want to watch the rest of this.
Know what their goal is, but I do know how they make me feel now that I've built up a thicker skin. It doesn't hurt me. Do you want to feel how it feels?
I agree.
Know that it doesn't hurt me. Do you want to hear about the deal I'm making?
What? The fuck is this? I know, Duke. It's painful. I'm sorry.
My response going forward, it's not over-explaining myself. It's not pleading. It's not expecting kindness from someone who has no kindness to give. My response is in the next joyous video that I make. That's my response.
Joyous video.
And
did you hear that? Duke was in the doorway. He turned around and walked away and then did... Did you hear it? That's what you get, bitch.
If I only could
making my dog
make a deal
gag.
With God, not get him to swap our places. Can we pause there?
Can we pause here for a second? That was perfect frigging timing. Thank you, Duke. Duke, he is giving it the... I'm sorry, I know you don't like it. I'm subjecting myself to it too. Come here. Duke, come.
I'm going to say something that might make people feel a little bit uncomfortable. I'm trying really hard to maintain a relationship with God.
No. What? I know you don't like it. Come here. Come here. I know. I'm sorry. Is this fucker mocking God now too? Excuse the fuck out of you, what?
I'm trying really hard to maintain a relationship with God. And I don't think that he made a mistake with me. And that maybe one day I will actually be grateful for being trans.
What the fuck? I agree. But you're making it hard for other people to hear it, even if it is a frickin' load of shit. Come here. Do come. Come here. come here. Go this way. Go around her. You just gonna stand there at the door and bark? But you got room right here. Come on. Come on. You don't want to come closer, do you? It's the video. He doesn't want to come closer. I agree, baby. I agree. I would rather not be watching this either, but I started it, so I have to finish it. Yes, I have to finish it. Okay?
That this isn't some curse, but it's just a different path to the same destination. Be running up that road.
Hell no! What? This is the fuck? And now she's copying that frickin'.
Be running up that hill. Be running up that building. If I only
I'm sorry to cut that off because it's really quite powerful. Powerful for a few reasons. One, it proves that somebody can hit all the notes and still sound terrible. And also...
Well said! Thank you very much. You, come here. Hey, I'm almost done with this, I promise. But there's another frickin' Looney Tunes screws. All the screws are loose and shaking around in this second one. This one coming up, too.
It proves all of the points that we have been trying to make about this man. Stop. After all, our entire criticism of Mulvaney is that he is not a woman, but rather a performer wearing womanhood as a costume. His idea of womanhood is what he learned from Disney cartoons. And how exactly does he respond to that charge? Well, by dressing up as a Disney princess and dancing around on stage and delivering a tearful monologue while singing, exactly as a Disney princess would. A monologue that, by his own admission, he is...
Holy shit! He's right! Oh my gosh! I didn't even connect those dots.
Monologue while singing, exactly as a Disney princess would. A monologue that, by his own admission, he has been rehearsing for a week as part of a performance he had planned 6 months ago. So his tears are then about as authentic as everything else about them, which is to say they are utterly contrived and staged. Just more emotional manipulation.
You really, really, really aren't being helpful at all. Your gags and your I want to throw up noises were freaking perfectly timed. What? Well, if you don't want... I'm going to be right here. Callie, up. Good. Duke, come. No. Duke, come here. Come on. Duke, come. Will you stop now? Will you stop now? Will you stop now so we can finish?
Meant to shut down valid criticism. I mean, imagine a man, in blackface singing a self-pitying song about how his heart breaks whenever someone tells him that his costume is offensive to black people. There is no difference here.
Wow! I agree, DK, and I'm gonna put words to what you just said. That what someone does with their own life is their business. Absolutely right. But to make a public mockery of women and be celebrated for it is more than a disgrace. DK said that, and I agree 100%. This is a disgrace. It's abhorrent. I am sick of this little shit. I'm sick of them. And I'm sick of the next one after this, too.
Mulvaney pretends that he doesn't understand the criticism. That's because the trans agenda runs exclusively on falsehoods, bad faith, and emotional blackmail. And Mulvaney exemplifies all three. He puts on a cartoonish performance of womanhood that is as degrading and absurd as possible.
Yep.
He monetizes the performance. He amplifies it through every platform available. And then when the criticism rightly comes his way, he acts like he's just some random person trying to live his private life in peace.
What the fuck?
Speaking of his critics, he says that he doesn't know what our goals are. Now, I think he does. But for the moment, I'll allow for the possibility that he's as stupid and oblivious as he wants us to think he is. And so I will explain. Our goal is to defend reality, and it really is not any more complicated than that.
It's not. That's exactly right. Thank you, Matt Walsh.
And here's one reality. No real woman will ever get a red carpet extravaganza at the Rockefeller Center to congratulate her for simply existing. Okay? No real woman's going to get that for actually being a woman for a year. That's the kind of spectacle only reserved for Dylan Mulvaney, a privilege enjoyed by him and people like him. Why is that a problem? Well, for a lot of reasons, but I can illustrate one of the reasons with maybe a brief story. So I think about when our most recent set of twins were born. And I'll never forget the moment. Of course, 2 months ago, standing in the delivery room.
Oh, cool.
First baby born successfully, no problems.
Cool.
But then the situation turns dire with the second. The doctor, unable to safely deliver because of a prolapsed umbilical cord, has to make a split-second decision to perform an emergency C-section. There's a lot of blood. I'd never been in the room for any kind of operation before. I don't know exactly what I was expecting, but was expecting all that, the blood. And then there was my wife, laying there calm, but shivering at several points on the verge of passing out. The only thing I could do was hold her hand and tell her the babies are okay and everything's going to be fine. And I did tell her that, even though for a period of several minutes, I wasn't sure if
I was just
it was
thinking,
actually
do you
true.
believe that?
But everything was fine in the end. And
I didn't realize that the twins were born, and this is nuts.
minutes, I wasn't sure if it was actually true, but everything was fine in the end. And my wife has now taken on the task of caring for these two infants, along with 4 other children, with incredible grace and joy. And I'm not surprised to see her meet the challenge that way. She's a remarkable woman. I've always known that. That's why I married her. And yet, there will never be an event at the Rockefeller Center to celebrate my wife's womanhood, okay? She's not going to have any adoring crowds flocking to bask in her presence and applaud her and fawn over her for being a woman. She knows more about being a woman than Dylan Mulvaney will ever know or could ever know. She's experienced womanhood at the deepest level. She bears its scars, literally. She carries its burdens. She knows its blessings. She's a wife, a mother, a daughter, a sister. She's all the things that Mulvaney and his ilk have never been and can never understand. And yet he is put on the stage with the spotlight and the corporate sponsorships. He is celebrated for being what he isn't. It's like giving the Medal of Honor to some dude who played Call of Duty in his basement.
Wow. That's a really good analogy. I like that.
Now, it's not that my wife would want all of this fanfare.
Yeah.
She's not a raging narcissist like Dylan Mulvaney. The point is simply that by elevating and celebrating these fake cartoon faux women, our society has emptied womanhood of everything that's truly beautiful and meaningful and important about it. And if there's any solace to women, they aren't alone in this boat, far from it. The same has happened with manhood. The same has happened with everything. All that is good and true is hollowed out and made artificial and absurd and...
Yep. Hit the nail right on the head.
Good and true is hollowed out and made artificial and absurd and ugly. You know, it's funny that one of Dylan's cohorts on stage there says that we, his critics, want to keep them in the matrix. Now, as always, the truth is exactly the other way around. Gender ideology is the matrix. What you just saw there on the screen, that's the matrix. It's, I'm sad to say, it's not nearly as cool as the movie version. But that's our version of The Matrix, what you just saw. It is a fake alternate universe. It is an artificial projection meant to obscure reality.
He's got all the adjectives all the adjectives. Thank you. I'm sick and tired of being mocked. Anybody tries to come and say that's not what this twit is doing, you're a liar.
And we are urged to play along so as not to ruin the illusion.
He's making a lot of money doing this shit, too.
But we, some of us anyway, are tired of illusions. We are tired of the artificial. We are tired of imitations. We want reality. If we're going to celebrate womanhood, then we're going to celebrate the real thing. And that is not you doing. And it never will be. And that'll do it for the show today. As we move over to the members block, if you want to join us for that, you can become a member and use code Walsh at checkout for 2 months free on all annual.
All right. First off, I want to apologize for putting y'all through that. And thank you for sticking with me on it. What in the allergies. Nose is itching. I am so sick of this motherfucker. I really am. He needs to just go away. And somebody that's got some freaking juice behind him or a platform or something needs to call this motherfucker out. Have a friggin' debate. Something. Make him answer questions as to why do you think you're this? Why do you do this? Why do you do that? Because no. That's why. Because no. Craig. DK, it's men like you that are standing up and saying things like this that we need. We need more. We've got quite a few. But it's not enough. It's not enough. Somebody has to get in this individual's face and get him to answer questions. Why? Why is he doing this? I want to know why. What in the hell? I mean, is this some kind of grift for all of us to be freaking... I mean, this is making... It's questioning reality is what it is. And that's narcissistic. It's a narcissist that I went through that shit. And that bastard did have me questioning my sanity. I did question it. These little bitches won't. Yeah, that won't happen. But the fact that they're... Him and all the little twits like him are trying to gaslight the entire world, or at the minimum, this country, into thinking that their fantasy is reality. Just no. No. Mock me to my face. Bring it over here and mock me to my face, Dylan. You're a joke. You're a frigging joke. And I'm so sick of it. So sick of it. I need to take a second. Chill out. Craig, get your wife out of the Matrix. It's not a good place to be, as you can tell. All right. This is the other retard that needs to go away. Not Blair. Jeffrey.
This episode of the Blair White Project is sponsored by BetterHelp. Getting to know yourself can be a lifelong process, especially considering we're always growing and changing. Hi, I've been through a few changes.
Agreed, DK. He couldn't go through anything that women have been through. Absolutely. Kristen, you are absolutely right. And the singing Disney dude, I might call him that now. I hope that's all right. Call him the singing Disney dude. And he will never know.
That I have documented on youtube.com. However, there comes a point in everyone's life where therapy is something that should be considered.
Sorry, Blair.
Some people that no one slided in there, and Dylan posed the question, why is no one wanting to date me? So you put it out there, I'm going to answer that question.
This is awesome.
We have Jeffrey Marsh, who is now sending, or at least okay with his followers, attacking a Muslim woman who criticized him online. We have a bunch of woke TikToks to react to. We have some detransitioner news, and we just have a lot to talk about. So
I actually watched the video with that poor Muslim lady that.
Without further ado, let's get right into it. So Dylan Mulvaney put out this very cringe interview. I just listen, we all know Dylan's cringe. Okay, I'm not spilling any new tea here. Dylan is cringe. I think Dylan's probably self-aware about being cringe.
He's doing it on purpose.
My issue isn't really with Dylan being cringe, right? I think that there is a particular hate boner that people, particularly people on the right, have for Dylan. And I don't hate Dylan, but the fact that Dylan, went to the White House to promote children transitioning as someone who would never have to deal with those consequences, because Dylan transitioned as an adult and in all likelihood can have children. But it's advocating for taking that, human right away from children who may or may not feel trans. That's the bigger issue for me, right? And so, I saw conservatives a few days ago on Twitter. It was this viral thread. It was just people getting so mad about Dylan doing a blender sponsorship, literally a kitchen blender. And I was like,
I don't know what she's talking about here.
You guys really weaken whatever valid arguments you have against Dylan's behavior by spurking out about a blender. A blender ad on Dylan's Instagram. It's
oh, that's
stop.
Why I don't do Instagram.
However, that's not to say that Dylan isn't doing a lot of cringe stuff. So Dylan did an interview with this publication called Them, which is sure to be just the name alone. It's Them. Why is no one DMs? Dylan Mulvaney discusses dating as a trans woman. The TikTok star said she is somebody who should not be single. That male entitlement, it's that male entitlement. People who act like trans people are not
wow,
showing remnants of their biological sexual socialization. Okay. It's that.
No offense to Blair, but we've had enough of this prick. So I'm done talking about this asshole. Not gonna. I'll watch that myself. This is unacceptable, unbelievable, and it has to stop. We need someone that's got some juice behind them to actually frickin' nail this guy, all of these people, and get them to answer questions. Damn it! I had a tickle in my throat. Damn. I'm glad you're still around here, Kristen. I'm glad, because that would suck. It would suck to not know you. I'm tired of this little bastard. I really am. He needs to just stop. Somebody needs to call his bluff or whatever. Craig, agreed. Getting pretty wound up. That's... Yeah. Dylan Mulvaney is like nails on a chalkboard to me. Because there's nothing I can do about this idiot. And he can just continue to insult the entire population of women in the world and make money doing it. That little twit wouldn't have been able to make it through one day of basic training. Not one. Just putting that out there. Hey, Pen. You alright? You okay? I heard you go. The thump thump, that's her tail. Alright, I gotta... Did that just suddenly get bright on the screen? See, Christian, that's the difference, though. Blair isn't trying to lie and say that he's a she. As in, like, I'm a woman, look at me, he's complete... I'll call him she because looks like a she. Has gone through transition, but only top. She's still intact. She's still biologically male. So, I don't think that... Holy shit, did you hear that sentence I just said? She's still biologically male. What in the... This is insanity! I never in a million years would have expected to say that sentence. At all, ever. The world has gone freaking insane. But... the fact that that little bastard he is now piled on mocking God on top of mocking women. And that needs to stop. That needs to be, nope. To go back and finish though, Blair, I think Blair is fine. Blair's in her lane. I'm just going to say her because it's easier and, whatever. Blair has a lot of good information. Blair puts out a lot of good information. Christian, I get that. And no mother. Well, I can't say that because I read recently that there was a mother that saw their daughters as that and used them as such and made money off of it. But Blair isn't out there trying to say that this is what women should look like. It's just what he wants to look like. She, what the fuck? If there was an alien listening to this, they'd be like, ay. Blair's not trying to put shit in people's faces like this Dylan dumbass is doing. Blair's just Blair. Blair's just doing her. She's not trying to shove it down anybody's throat. Okay, Christian. I can agree with that to a point. That what he's doing is not good. He, whatever. Thank you, DK. That's what I was trying to get across, is that Blair is just Blair. Blair isn't out there trying to shove shit down people's throats. You don't like Blair? Fine. She'll flip you off and just keep on moving. Doesn't care. How people feel about Blair doesn't matter to Blair. Unlike Dylan, who is a freaking, indescribable freaking narcissistic idiot. I am so done with this guy. Oh my gosh. I honestly have a headache now. Because I think I might have been grinding my teeth a little bit. I don't know. Possibly. Oh, maybe if I drink some water. I don't know, guys. I want to apologize again for it not being the Fireside thing, but this insanity has to stop. And like Matt Walsh said, this fetish bullshit needs to stop. It needs to stop being forced into the mainstream, or whatever passes as mainstream. Even that doesn't mean the same thing anymore. All the words have been changed. Almost. Oh, man. I'm going to call this one because my head hurts. And I didn't realize that it was going to piss me off that much. So I'm going to say good night. I love you guys and thank you very much for being here with me tonight. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate your constant support. I really do. I hope everyone feels better. I hope Comics feels better. I hope he comes back and watches this and knows. Yes, DK, exactly. No amount of surgery will ever change biology. Nothing. In this day and time, nothing can change an XY to an XX. And it will never happen. Genetics are king. Your little brain can make you feel however you want. Doesn't mean it's going to change anything. I agree with Blair on a lot of things too. Kristen, I agree. I'm not sure about maybe not as narcissistic as Dylan. Dylan's like freaking over the top into like next week. All right. Good night, Craig. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I love you guys. I do have to go because I need to take something for this freaking headache because I don't like it at all. So, and I have to give Penny her medication because she has hypothyroidism now. Figure out what else was wrong, what was going on. So, she's got that. And yeah, I need a breather. I need a breather from this. From the subject, not from this, not from you guys. Never from you guys. Thank you again. I really appreciate it. And I hope to see you next Thursday. And wait, DK. Wolf in sheep's clothing, referring to who? Thanks, Kristen. I'm just going to take a leave and I'll hopefully be fine. Which one is a wolf in sheep's clothing, though, is the question. Is it the Looney Tune little twit? Dylan? That you're referring to? Or is it Blair? I don't think it's Blair. Well, in my opinion, it's not Blair. But Dylan? Okay, so we agree, Dylan. I'm going to... So you guys say it's both. I only disagree because Blair isn't trying to shove everything on to other people. Blair isn't out there shoving it in people's faces. Doesn't go out there and say anything. Goes to the gym or does whatever. Doesn't make a big deal. Just goes about life. And has a YouTube. And if people don't like Blair, people don't have to watch Blair. So I'll agree with you 100%. Dylan Mulvaney is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Yes. Blair is... I call it a difference because Blair's not trying to... like I said, I keep saying it. Blair's not trying to shove shit down people's throats. Either you like Blair or you don't. Oh yeah, no, I get it, DK. Everybody's obviously, I forget the word. It just went right out of my head, but everybody is allowed to have their opinions. I'm not saying I disagree, as in like, no, you're wrong. I'm just saying that my opinion is different. That's all. That's all I'm saying is I have a different opinion. I need to do something about this headache. I love you guys. I will see you next Thursday, and I hope that it will be Fireside. We'll see. I don't know how the weather's going to be, because I know it's been insane. It was almost 70 degrees yesterday. It was like 67, and now it's like 14. So, yeah, a little weird. And with that, good night. And see you next Thursday.